Destiny.
If they set that android free, it will be the end of all of us! No!
Welcome back to another episode of SuiShi Sessions. It's your boy Bonafide Hustler, and I got my shurikens loaded for this next episode right here, man. Let's get into it.
And your boy Cipheus, you know what it is. We locked in with another episode, and this one's going to be mad spicy. The one and the only Naruto. We got to talk about it. The title of this one, as you can probably tell by the title, which obviously you clicked it, Naruto, What Went Wrong?
Boruto. That's what it is. Boruto is where it went wrong. Well, let's backtrack before we get into the topic. For anyone new to the channel, go ahead, hit that like, comment, and subscribe to help the algorithm. It really goes a long way. Without further ado, let's get into this because it's going to be a pod of a podcast. Get it? No? Okay.
Man, I think they get it, man. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just get any of y'all that don't know Naruto, which you gotta be sleeping under a rock to not know this name. This name is cemented. You can watch the entire thing on Netflix right now, Hulu, Crunchyroll, you name it. You gotta get to it, but it's gonna be spoilers galore. We're deep diving into this thing, and we gotta start from the beginning. So I'm gonna give you this part, and then after this, check out because we're about to be mad spoiling this entire first part of Naruto. So, without further ado, as my co-host said, Naruto follows the story of Naruto Uzumaki, an orphan ninja in the village hidden in the leaves, who was ostracized because he was born with a powerful demon fox sealed inside him. His goal is to become the village leader, the Hokage, to gain recognition and respect. He's trained with his rival, the gifted Sasuke Uchiha, along with Sakuna Haruno, a heroine in her own right. I feel a certain way about her in several other ways, but we're not going to get into that right now. No. And the great Kakashi Hatake is his sensei, facing various enemies like the rogue ninja Zabuza and the criminal organization the Akatsuki. Along his journey, Naruto uses the power of the sealed demon fox to form bonds with allies of many various nations and making a namesake for himself as a ninja of renown, striving for his dream to be Hokage.
Now hold on.
Did I get that pretty?
That was pretty good. That was you hit that right on the nail. But I gotta talk about my boy Sasuke. You know, Sasuke is like the Vegeta to Naruto, to Goku. You know, to Naruto.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Eventually corrupted by one of the legendary Sannin, Orochimaru, to give in to his hatred and his desires for vengeance. And he ultimately influences him to leave the village. You know, now Naruto, being Naruto, refuses to lose his best friend. You know, and they have this big battle at the final valley where Sasuke is victorious and it abandons his home. You know, so yeah, continue. My bad.
It's a great story. It spans from October 3rd, 2002 is when it first debuted, the anime in Japan. And if you're like me on the western side of the world, probably seen it air on September 10th, 2005. And I just got that date from my brain, didn't look it up. I remembered it. I remember it was like it was yesterday, coming home from school. You remember those days, Kel?
Come on.
Coming home from school with Toonami, bro.
Come on.
With the promo,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
leading into that weekend. Yes, yeah, man, we gonna get that video locked into here so y'all can see that. We gonna have that playing out. And but yeah, it was so iconic to me, man. I was like, because I grew up watching Dragon Ball, probably just like you, right?
Right.
And when we had a TV show about a ninja with that promo, I was like, ninjutsu. I was like, I always like the Kamehamehas and stuff like this, but shoot, shadow clones, lightning, You know what I'm saying? Like kunai, shurikens.
Come on, man.
In that promo where he's seen Zabuza and those two what is the Demon Brothers? What are their names? Man, in the Land of Waves?
I don't think they're important.
They're not, but they look so cool. That's what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that they look so dang cool in that promo leading up to it. And when we got to the Land of Waves and Naruto gets poisoned by one of their claws, right?
Yep.
And this man just takes a kunai and plunges it into himself with a declaration like, hey, man, I might got to be ostracized for this demon in me, but I'm gonna still try my best to be a strong-willed ninja and not let this thing take me over.
Bro,
that cemented him.
Yeah.
Kakashi over there like, yo, that was all cool and all, but if you keep on with this, you're gonna bleed out and die.
Man.
Literally, something, you know.
I liked about the original, man, Zabuza, Haku, the Chunin exams, man, you know, and just the in-depth that Kishimoto gave his other characters that he didn't really do in, you know, part 2. You know, Rock Lee, Might Guy, you know, remember the fight, the legendary fight. Everyone remembers the fight between Rock Lee and Gara. And I mean, yeah, it was emotional because Guy ended up breaking it up and was like, you know, hey, this is my student. I'm gonna stand behind him regardless, you know. And then like later on, you know, during the Sasuke retrieval mission, you know, Tsunade comes back, heals him up, and like she's like, hey, you might die from this procedure. Like you don't worry about not ever being a ninja. You might actually die from this procedure. And we get that.
Oh yeah, bro.
We get that
very
moment.
highly. The emotions were on high, bro.
Yeah, man. We get that moment with Guy and Lee, and he's like, "Hey, he died. I'm gonna die with you." I'm like, "What kind of sensei does that?" You know, like who would do that for those two?
I mean, facts, but now that's out the way.
Let's talk about it. Naruto's dream, bro.
Right.
The focal point that literally pushes everything and puts all the pieces in order.
Yeah.
Naruto's dream alone of wanting to be Hokage is really seen and forced from Sasuke.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's like the yin to his yang.
Exactly.
Without Sasuke's inspiration for revenge, which I'm gonna let you, as a Sasuke fan, I'm gonna let you push that and really speak on that more than me, and then I'll chain back into it if you want.
Well, so Sasuke pretty much had to watch his brother annihilate his entire clan. And built this in his, I mean, this is literally his goal from episode, like, what episode is he in? 3? Or episode?
Yeah.
Chapter 3 of, like, the manga is when he actually did.
Chapter 3, so yeah.
So, like,
episode.
He's held this since the beginning of his introduction, that he wanted to do that. He had someone that he wanted to destroy, and it was his brother, you know. So, I believe...
What that tweets?
I believe that he was going to try to, you know, like, save the village and be a hero, but once his brother came back, like, that kind of, like, started to twist the wheel of fate for Sasuke to leave the village, and it drove his revenge. His revenge pretty much outweighed Naruto's inspiration, you know, to train harder, to be the Hokage, to have a team and be a team. And Sasuke was like, no, bro, I just want to be on my own. This is something that I have to do personally. You wouldn't understand, which I didn't really understand that because they both were orphans, you know. I mean, of course, Sasuke had his family, but Naruto, I mean, bro, he grew up without a family. So it's like, if anybody understood, he should have been like, hey, Naruto understands me more than anyone, you know?
He did, and I feel like Sasuke acknowledges Naruto's loneliness. He could not deny that. He respected that Naruto was still able to have an aspiration, you know what I'm saying, and not just let the depression of loneliness eat them up. They were lonely. Yeah. Sasuke missed his family. Naruto never experienced family. And then not just that, Naruto was ostracized, where Sasuke was held with renown, and people cheered for him.
Yep.
Even though we know, which we'll talk about that later on, you know what I'm talking about, even though we know behind the scenes what pushed Itachi to do what he did to push Sasuke in that direction.
Right.
But at that same time, Naruto viewed Team 7 as a family. I think Naruto always one-upping and competing with Sasuke is what pushed him to work even harder and train. But in that meeting, like you said, when Itachi comes back to the village with the Akatsuki with the main goal to take Naruto out and capture him,
Yeah.
that's that part where he realized that he was still too weak. When he knocks him up, he's like Chidori through that hallway, going crazy, super fast, lightning speed. It was nuts, man.
If you want
And he's
my
like,
opinion, bro, I think Sasuke realized that he was too weak when Rock Lee kicked his butt. You know, I think when Rock Lee at the beginning of the Chunin exams, Rock Lee challenged him and said, "Hey, you're Sasuke Uchiha. I want to fight you. I hear you're the best." And Sasuke's like, "Man, I just came from a mission with Zabuza and Haku. I'm gonna whoop your ass." You know, and
an A-rank mission, mind you.
A rank mission that was supposed to be a C rank. They lied and it became a B rank. And then you saw these assassin dudes come out from another village. It automatically became an A rank mission, you know, and it was life or death, you know. But I feel like, man, when Rock Lee kicked him in the man, that did something to him. You know, like he felt that. You know, he thought that he was the best, and then he didn't even know that Rock Lee had weights on his legs. Like Rock Lee was bound. He was not even at full strength. I think he realized it during the preliminary exam when Rock Lee had his legendary fight with Gaara, and he took.
But you gotta see, and another thing is that Sasuke, not to cut you off like that, but
Yeah, go ahead.
they were held back by Team Guy Sensei held them back a year from taking the Chunin exams.
Yeah.
So they already had a whole year of training way past where Sasuke was. You gotta see that these were that were fresh out the academy. Yes, they did go on that mission that was A rank and go against some top tier killers like Zabuza and Haku.
Exactly.
Who Haku at that time was already Chunin level. That was already acknowledged that he was Chunin.
Yeah.
But also you gotta admit that Lee was already a Chunin level.
Yeah, for sure.
He just got that bad show with Gaara, bro.
Man,
Gaara took his legs, man.
You know, and Gaara was really a killer. You know, he was really out there just taking people down. You know, like he did not play around. People don't understand. Before he was rehabilitated, Gaara was not one to play with. You know, his own siblings were afraid of him. You know, they didn't want to piss him off because they knew, like, hey, this guy right here, he will get rid of us. This man will eradicate us. You know, like, yeah, easily. But and again, that's the Chunin exam. You know, Naruto,
yeah. I mean, I feel like it wasn't just Gaara, bro.
No, it was Naruto beating Gaara.
Yeah,
it pushed him at that.
Well, even before that,
yeah,
you gotta understand what the Chunin exam in a whole was for both Sasuke and Naruto. This is their time to get to the next level and really prove themselves. This was the time for Naruto to say, "Hey, I'm one step closer to becoming Hokage, which is my dream." So then everybody in the village can acknowledge me and respect me for who I am. And they could no longer ignore him because he had that demon fox in him. It's like, yeah, like he was like some disease, you know what I'm saying? Some parasite, you know, some feeble thing. You know, and for Sasuke, the Chunin exam was for him to get stronger and fight other people. Like the Vegeta mindset, right? Fight stronger opponents to get stronger. That's what it was. It was for him to test himself. So when he was in the forest of death, and when they were all watching Team Guy, watching Gaara, watching Neji, and seeing all these cats come out the woodwork, he was rivaling with all of them. And because Sasuke was rivaling and wanting to fight with all of them, so did Naruto. Because Naruto never seen Sasuke as above him, bro. He saw him as a rival. If you want to see yourself as a rival with someone, that means you're on the same level as them, and you're going to work as hard as you can to get to that level. Even before the Forest of Death, when they were in the Land of Waves and they were training in the forest.
And it was there.
You know, and they were trying to climb up the trees. They were teaching themselves chakra control, which is something that Naruto needed to know and learn. Sakura was the first one to have perfect chakra control, which we already knew she had perfect chakra control because of her studies. She was the biggest nerd in the entire academy. Yeah, literally. Yeah. So yeah, we see all this, and that's another thing about Naruto. The original Naruto is that all of the characters are so compelling. They have so much depth.
But
You know,
hold on,
and
hold on, hold on.
Kishimoto really tapped into that.
It was actually right there at the forest of death is really when Sasuke was starting to go turn evil because that's where he met Orochimaru. That's where he was bestowed the curse mark.
Yeah, we can talk about that. You know, the legendary Sonic, Orochimaru, the
Exactly.
man of renown, the mad scientist, the student of Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, and his experiments and his love for forbidden jutsu is what made him end up being basically exiled out of the village by his own master. You
Exactly.
know,
Right.
quest for power. That's what it is. And I think Sasuke seeing Orochimaru, because remember Orochimaru was pretending like he was a student participating in Chunin exams
Yeah, that was
with his made up village named the Sound Village. And like, sir, you made a whole village.
yep,
What did you? How do you create your own country?
man. And they all had
I digress. They all had headbands and they all had a whole fit. This man made an entire attire. He made a military attire for these kids that were just orphans. So he was just orphan hunting basically. So he created a village full of orphans and gave them a home just to experiment on them so he can make a new vessel in case he wanted to come back. Because he already experimented with reincarnation and what's the word? Reanimation basically was basically his focus, his focal point.
that was crazy.
So when he sees Sasuke Uchiha, which the Uchiha, he's the last Uchiha, last remaining Uchiha, besides his brother, he wanted to test him, to push him. He wanted him to come to him for power. So he had to break Sasuke down to show him that there's higher levels that he can go. And truthfully, he basically told him, hey, you're going to come for me. You can come for me, and you can come to my village, and you're going to want more power. And I can give you all the power you want. Take my curse mark. And the curse mark is what pushed Sasuke to the next threshold.
Exactly.
And we see that.
And so
Yep.
we're gonna fast forward to the final exam. We have some dope fights in there, man. We got Shikamaru versus Tamari. We got Sasuke and Gaara, of course. You know, they're sitting there waiting on Sasuke to get there.
That delayed fight. But before that, we had Naruto versus Neji, which was an iconic fight because Neji was so hyped up. Hinata, his cousin, who she also experienced that same level of pain and ridicule, even though she wasn't from the lesser branch. It was a whole family dynamic there.
Yeah.
And he should have been born into the main branch. His father should have.
Yeah, his branch pretty much had to protect Hinata and their branch and pretty much die for them at a whim whenever they told him to. And you know that alone. I mean, they say the Uchiha had it bad, but I think the Hyugas had it pretty bad too. Like their dynamic, that was weird, man. You know, like that's crazy. They're still.
They got some skeletons in their closet, bro. We gotta remember that the whole process and the whole reason that Neji's father died is that he took the fall, man. That was his job, to protect the main branch. And Hinata actually she was the princess. She really is the Byakugan princess. She got kidnapped by the Cloud Village.
Yeah. You know, and then they were looking for her father, and Neji's father ended up being the sacrifice because they were twins. He basically said,
okay. Yeah, because it was a murder, which was an international incident.
Yeah.
So the Raikage wanted blood. He wanted retribution. In order to stop a war, Hiruzen Sarutobi said, hey, I gotta cough up something. They need some blood. So Neji's father sacrificed himself, and that's why he hated Hinata.
The village really tried to take the Byakugan. You know, I was
yeah.
You know, they pulled up in the leaf, man. Like, yeah, they were gonna do that. You know, so yeah, I think we definitely gonna have to do a video for all.
We'll touch on that, but that was that. Seeing Hinata get broken down was more than enough inspiration for Naruto to whoop his butt because she gave him medicine and she cared for him. You know what I'm saying? And she always had a crush on him, and then seeing him get beat up on her like that. Man, that made me, when I was watching as a kid, want to hop through the TV and whoop Neji's butt.
Man, Naruto chin checked Neji straight up, man. Like, he did not.
He did. The uppercut.
The uppercut was dangerous.
Shout out to Jiraiya for training him about chakra control, because that man did not have it whatsoever. He trained him how to walk on water on the hot springs, man. How to do a summoning jutsu. All at gaining level still. So this is what pushed Naruto way past Sasuke. But Sasuke had no idea that Naruto was already a gap ahead of him.
Right. So
We're talking pre-Rasengan.
yeah, exactly. He was already summoning like Gamabunta and stuff. You know, like he had to summon Gamabunta in his fight with Gaara. You know, and
Yeah,
Sasuke.
yeah. And during that same time, we see Orochimaru go against
Hiruzen. Yeah.
Hiruzen,
Mm.
the third Hokage. Man, that was insane.
Yeah. And
it was our first glimpse of the Sound Four.
And that was our
and they
first,
were pretending to be Anbu Black Ops the whole time.
That was our
with Kabuto, Yakushi.
The first and Hokage as well. And you know, just seeing how the village was formed and seeing the elders.
Ooh, Sasuke.
We were
Stick with the skunk. Toby Rama.
You know, that wood style, which played a big role in part 2. So everybody wanted it. You know, everybody wanted a piece of Hashirama cells and stuff. So we'll get into that. It's most definitely.
That's rock cells.
Yeah,
sounds crazy.
So that fight pretty much was epic. You know, there's no other way to word it. Hiruzen and Orochimaru face off, and Hiruzen pretty much has to sacrifice himself using the Reaper Death Seal, which is a technique that he learned from the Fourth Hokage. And he ends up sealing Orochimaru's arms. He's still too old and too weak. He wasn't able to seal Orochimaru completely, so he just sealed his arm so that he won't be able to use jutsu anymore. I think that's what really pushed Orochimaru to speed up the process of getting Sasuke to him. I'm pretty sure, you know, Orochimaru could have just took his time, you know, but with him being limited now, I think he had to rush the Sound 4 to go ahead and nab Sasuke before it was time. And they still didn't.
Oh yeah, I mean, because they still didn't know.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, it was just so happened that right after, you know, the third Hokage died, Itachi pulls up into the Leaf Village, and this is where Sasuke becomes an Avenger, as he claims. You know, Kakashi sees him. He's like, these guys look kind of suspicious. You know, he sends Asuma and Kurenai.
Who are these guys?
He sends some C-list tier dudes after, you know, people after these guys.
Man, come on, man. These are Jonin. I mean, honestly, there's not too many Jonin. So who else were they gonna send? All they had was Kakashi, Guy, Kurenai, Asuma.
I bet you if he sent my guy, it would have ended totally different.
I mean, my guy, dynamic. He did come in dynamic entry on
yeah.
Kisame. He ended up getting that, and then Kisame like, I'm gonna remember you.
But man, if he sent my guy first, we'd be talking about something totally different right now. You know, we gonna have
that's a different Naruto. That's a what if Naruto right there. You know, Mike got coming in straight with the woodwork, but you know, Kurenai, who was supposed to be a master of Genjutsu, like what she is.
Oh man.
Like I don't know, man. Every time I think about it, her trying to step to Itachi was like.
How many times have you seen that meme? How many times have you seen that meme?
Man, come on, man.
I've seen that comment under every single Naruto video that I have seen. It's like,
man.
Like, you guys got to understand, Kurenai is a Genjutsu specialist. You know, she did not know what Itachi was capable of. She was actually just trying to contribute to helping Asuma in his battle with these guys. She did not understand that she's going against the god of Genjutsu, you know? So I'm going to get...
It's not like they have an encyclopedia, like, on the entirety of the Uchiha clan. No, because Itachi eradicated the entire Uchiha clan. So no one had any knowledge of like this.
You know, he is in the bingo.
Nobody really knew.
Yeah, but he is in the bingo book. She should have did a little bit of research. I'll give her a pass, you know, for that one this time. But yeah, she definitely should have did a research.
What you mean a bingo book, man? She living a comfortable life in the Leaf Village. Now she's a assassin like Kakazu or something like that.
Yeah, we definitely gonna get on my boy Kakazu, you know, because he's all about his money.
But yeah, Itachi wipes the floor out of them. Kakashi has his ones with him, and then he literally just puts my man through the cross, the crucifixion, bro. He basically crucifies my man. How many days, bro?
Man,
how many days?
72.
How many days?
72 hours, bro. 3 days. And this is the crazy part. He did all of that with a look. He stared at Kakashi. He beat Kakashi by looking at him. He did not have to throw a sign. He did throw some signs. He threw some shit.
This man was crucified by multiple Itachi.
And man, one look took Kakashi.
That was the first time we ever got the Tsukiyomi or ever seen Mangekyo Shari.
Exactly. That was over with. He took him down with that. And luckily, God came to save him just in time because Kisame was actually going to kill Asuma and Kurenai.
We know this.
Yeah.
Like I said, everyone that's here, we're just here to dissect it and trying to figure out where it went wrong. And like we said, it went wrong with Boruto, bro. And way before Boruto, we're going to get into what I believe in part 2 of what went wrong. Yeah. I think the first part of Naruto is phenomenal and perfect.
Yeah.
And just really get to the final battle.
Oh, yeah, man. Sasuke and Naruto, they have this grandiose battle at the final valley. And it's very foretelling because Sasuke is standing on top of a statue, a legendary statue. And Naruto is standing on top of a legendary statue. And
plot armor.
And is literally like one of the biggest fights. If I have to say one of the best fights in Naruto, definitely would be part 1, Final Valley, final battle. That was emotional. It's literally a roller coaster, man. Because we don't know who's gonna win. You got Sasuke throwing out flame bombs. You have Naruto doing like 2,000 shadow clones, stacking them up, beating Sasuke. So we're like, man, we don't know who's gonna win this. And eventually, my boy Sasuke comes out with the W. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's really emotional, honestly, because way before that, at the very beginning, because Sakura was waiting on Sasuke, she knew he was getting ready to leave because he had that emotional talk with Kakashi after he literally, because we had that part 1 with Naruto way before the final battle. I'm just gonna do this really fast because for me, this was the point of no return in my mind.
For Sasuke.
Where Sasuke's
for sure
beating up
the fight in
the hospital still, and he's just like in bandage. Sakura been visiting him in Rock Lee in the hospital because Rock Lee not knowing whether or not he's gonna end up being able to do ninjutsu again after they just got Slay Tsunade. Naruto comes back to the village. He's able to do Rasengan, a jutsu that is on the same level of the Chidori, which was taught to him by Kakashi Hatake. So Kakashi makes it in time after they do this rooftop fight, which is S tier in my opinion. Sakura comes running out and she's trying to stop them, but they're really like on the fence ready to kill each other. They right there. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of you acting like an asshole, pardon my French, to Sakura. Like she's trying to cut you some apples. You slap the apples out of her hand like, come on, man. If a girl was cuts up some apples for me, man, I'd be ecstatic while I'm laid up in the hospital. I'm trying to see what that's like. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to be in the hospital. I don't want that. But
angsty teen.
The love, bro. It's the love. Yeah. But Sakura, you know what I'm saying? It's the love for Sakura because Sakura loves Sasuke so much. Right. She knows his quest for vengeance and power. And she, just like Naruto, wanted him to stay in the village because they're all like a family in Team 7. Kakashi's like an uncle or a father figure to him in a sense. So when they had that talk, because Kakashi also been down that dark path, he lost his father at a very young age. He lost his best friend. All of them. His whole entire team. Gone. It's just him. So he knows loneliness, but he chose the right path. So he told Sasuke right before all that happened and Sound 4 kidnapping. He's like, look, man, you go down this path, man. I know where this leads. It's not good, bro.
Yeah, and that's why I thought that Sasuke would have gotten, a little bit of sense and was like, all right, let me stop tripping. But then he gets approached by the Sound 4.
He would have. He didn't get by the Sound 4, man.
Exactly. Then he gets approached by those guys, and they pretty much like, hey, man, we are stronger than you. Come with us. Stop playing. Remember your purpose, And he just thinks back to Itachi, Itachi.
Yeah, he thinks back to Itachi. And he also thinks back to Naruto with that water tank. What his Chidori did compared to Naruto's water tank attack with that Rasengan. Yeah. If that hit Sasuke, he would have been more than the hospital. He would have been gone, bro. Naruto was not aware of his chakra control. That Rasengan blew the whole back out of that water tank.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Sasuke would have.
After he seen that, Sasuke's like, this mother right here, man. I gotta leave this village. I gotta get stronger. I need to go. He said, I gotta go find Orochimaru, bro.
And so they end up having this gigantic fight at the final valley. Sasuke
A great fight at the final valley.
Yeah, man. Sasuke comes out with the W. I mean, he ends up leaving. You know, Naruto wakes up in the hospital. Jiraiya's like, hey, you're going to have to leave him be, man. I've been there, done that, you know, with Orochimaru. So, you know, Naruto's like, hey, no, I'm not doing that. That's my best friend. I'm going to get him back. He makes a promise to Sakura. He promises he's going to go and get stronger, and he leaves out with Jiraiya, you know. And we see Sasuke in a filler arc, I believe, with Orochimaru. Just pretty much just in and everything, and yeah, you know, and all of those films after that were amazing, top tier. I'm not gonna lie, I watched all of them.
Man, I'm telling you, this is some of the best filler in Naruto. Way better than the second half, in my opinion. Naruto way better than the second half, in my opinion.
For sure.